Hello, how are you today? Do you want to dive into a book that might just surprise you? Whether it becomes your next favorite or one you might skip, let's find out what readers are saying about it.
Fernanda, who has 20 likes, says, "What a weird little book. It very much reads like a fairy tale, but it is also very deep. It's short and fast-paced. I would recommend it especially if you're in a reading slump or want to try a fantasy that isn't too complicated or with loads of world building." Jenny Reads a Lot, who has 37 likes, says, 4.9 TikTok IG stunningly beautiful prose. A magic system rooted in language. The strongest of sister relationships. And a breathtakingly beautiful romance all wrapped up in less than 150 pages. This is one you'll want to reread again and again to discover all there is to offer in this novella. The audio production is out of this world good and the superior way to consume this book. The atmosphere is brought to life with just enough sound effects in all the right places. The songs are sung and accompanied by music, and the narrator has the most soothing voice, reminiscent of being told a story by your favorite grandmother. What's to love? Lyrical prose, family forward story, queer romance, non-binary love interest, quick read that packs a punch, magical and fairy tale vibes, layered and thought-provoking. What's not to love? Honestly, I loved everything about this book, and the audio performance made this an out of this world experience. That said, if you're someone who does not enjoy being confused at all or very lyrical writing, you may not enjoy this one. Upon my first read, I am still a little unsure how the magic works, and there are definitely places the writing leaned very close to purple prose, which can be confusing. This is definitely one I will want to reread, and I imagine gaining more understanding and insight with each iteration. The only reason I am withholding the final 0.1 is that I was able to put this down and did put off starting it again. I am fairly confident on reread my rating will go up though. Thank you NetGalley and TorTor.com for sending this book EARC for review consideration. All opinions are my own. Lahu has 30 likes, says, 0.25 Amal El-Mohtar is such an incredible novelist, and I think I will always feel drawn to their works and writing style. So I was very excited for this. This was a beautiful story following the magic of sisterhood, nature and time. I loved so much of this, it felt at once so incredibly unique whilst carrying that nostalgic feel of fairy tale and myth. I adored reading from these characters, and there was such eloquence in the way Amal El-Mohtar used concepts of time, nature and instruments to serve the plot. If it wasn't for the slight rush of the ending, this would have been a much higher rating. I so badly wish that this book was expanded to a full-length novel. I fear it would have become a favorite. Bethany Beautifully Bookish, Bethany, who has 28 likes, says, "This is a gorgeously written and illustrated novella that delivers a lot in a small package. In her first book written alone, El-Mohtar retells a ballad and weaves it into a magical tale about sisters, fairy, and different kinds of love. The River Has Roots follows two sisters who make music together and live at the edge of fairy, but things in the world are pulling them apart. This is the sort of book I don't want to say too much about because it's short and I think you just need to experience it, but it reads like a fairy tale and I loved it. One sister has a lover who is non-binary, but also they aren't quite human, so their presentation of personhood, much less gender, is always shifting. They are a fabulous character, but at its core, this is a story about sisters. I highly recommend it. I received a copy of this book for review from the publisher. All opinions are my own." Sneas, who has 95 likes, says, "Such a beautiful and moving novella from one of the authors of This Is How You Lose the Time War. It is a fairy tale, a love story, and, most importantly, a story about the bond between two sisters, Isabel and Esther Hawthorne. The setting is whimsical, with the small town of Thistleford, the fairyland, the river lists flowing through and willow trees along its banks. It is as significant to the story as its characters. The magic and folklore elements interwoven in it. The writing is very atmospheric and has an ethereal tone to it. Its lyrical nature is enhanced by the narrator's calming voice, music, singing and sound effects. Overall, a wonderful listening experience and a touching story that made me tear up towards the end. The audiobook includes a short story called John Hollowback and the Witch. It is 1 hour long, and it is a sneak peek of the author's upcoming short story collection. I thought it was lovely.